Hey YouTube, what's up? Spiker Babe Beth here, and I'm gonna be going over how to start moto camping relatively cheap with a few items. Don't have to go crazy, you don't have to buy the most expensive top of the line gear out there. You can start moto camping very easily. With a few items, you can get out there and get started. No biggie. You do not have to have those really bulky, big, expensive saddlebags. If you have them, great, use them, utilize them. I have a small saddlebag attached to my bike, but you really do not need to buy those big, expensive bags to get out there moto camping, I promise you. Okay, this is very important. I want you to stick around to the end of the video, the very end, because I have the one item, hands down, most important item that you need when you go moto camping, or when you go camping in general. This item is really important, and I feel like a lot of people forget it. So hopefully maybe you can guess it as you go along. We'll see. All right, so age-old question for you guys. Hammock or tent? What's more important to you? I like hammocks. Everyone's gonna say tent. I don't know, I love hammocks. You just have to learn the right way. Leave a comment down below and tell me what you prefer. Do you prefer tent camping or do you prefer hammock camping? I'll tell you why a little bit later why I prefer hammock camping over tent camping. So grab a beer, like and subscribe, and strap in because I'm going to tell you about some motor camping gear. Let's go. All right. Hi guys, let's go and get started. Got quite a few different items that I want to go over with you real quick, and I'll discuss each with you as I go along. So let's get started. First thing I have is my backpack. I love this thing. Had it for quite a few years. It's from REI. It's like a, sorry, excuse my husky. It's like a 4.5 liter backpack, pretty decent size. I would suggest at least getting a 3 liter when you are out there, just so it has these big straps. If you don't have a sissy bar attached to your motorcycle, you definitely want to have these straps so they wrap around you and attach to you while you're riding, so your backpack doesn't flap around in the wind. You can ride with a smaller backpack if you don't need as much gear, but everything I have on this table does fit in this backpack pretty well. So it's a decent pack, it's lasted a while, and you can find some different deals on REI's website for actual backpacking backpacks. So after the backpack, wanted to talk about shelter. My favorite type of shelter is definitely a hammock. It's a bit of a discussion whether people will use a tent or a hammock. I like hammocks. I like to kick back and relax. That way I don't have to bring a camp seat either. I have an Eno hammock. It's a single nest. It's really comfy. It's kind of hard to get used to a hammock, and I think that's why a lot of people don't like them, because you have to find the right angle to lay in them where you're comfy. So the next item after having a hammock, you want something to give you some coverage from like the rain, bugs, all those wonderful things while you're out there. So I have something called, pretty big, takes up a lot of space, but this is called a sky tent. So it's an all-in-one fly and bug tarp, so bug mesh that goes around the bottom of you. This is for 2 hammocks, so I use a hammock, so does my fiance, and we'll attach them both to the same trees and have like bunk beds in the woods, and then this will go around us and give us shelter from rain and skeeters. Don't really like mosquitoes very much. So that's a sky tent. It's pretty awesome. It's a little pricier of the items, I would say. You don't need that. You could get a simple tarp fly from, Walmart, any sporting goods store. Okay, so the next item I have is my Slumberjack. It's so cozy. This is a mummy sleeping bag. This keeps me nice and toasty. Some people don't like the mummy style because it does wrap around your whole head. It's almost like you have a hat. I really like that. I like to feel like a little cocoon. It's really comfortable. And so along with my wonderful sleeping bag, I also have a nice little Coleman camp pillow. And the next item that I was gonna go over is food and water. First off, water. I always have a Camelback with me. This is wonderful. Comes in handy if you're actually camping in the cold. If you boil some water, which is really, It's hard to believe, I swear this sounds crazy, but if you boil some water on your camp stove and put it in this, it'll keep your whole sleeping bag so roasty toasty the whole night. That's a little trick that I got in college. It's really nice. I always carry my Camelback. I'm lucky enough that the backpack that I bought has like a little insert that my Camelback fits into, and then a place where the straw can come out. Love my Camelback. It's nice because you can carry some extra water, especially when you stop really quick to get gas and you don't want to get in and grab a drink at the gas station. Camelback on your bag, ready to go. Pretty good. All right, so the next thing, food. So yeah, I'll start with how you cook the food. This little baby was really, really cheap on Amazon. I don't remember the brand. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's a cute little camp stove. Sets up pretty nice. You can screw it on. You need some type of fuel. This is what I bring with me. And then, so you screw it on. I'm not going to attach it all the way. Screw it on. Light it. And then you take your, whatever you're cooking in. I use this a lot. I actually found this at the Goodwill. So you can find good things, camping gear, wherever. But Walmart also sells this different type. I've used this a lot. This is a really nice setup that I have for my food. Don't forget, when you go camping, you do need to pack and bring in your own food. It's not as easy to go to the local stores and grab food. Those are my pots. Got my handy bowl and silverware for eating out of. Yeah. Cheap stuff at Walmart. I think this is another Coleman item you can get from Walmart. Pretty sure these utensils came from there too. So definitely easy little items that you can snag. Not too expensive. Don't have to go crazy when you get in there, you know, buy all the really high-end stuff. After that, let's go to the handy little waterproof bags that I always use to pack my clothing in. A few different ones. I think this is for my stove and my propane and my cook gear. But these ones are for my clothes, and they work great. I would suggest buying as many as you can. So after having some waterproof bags, I highly suggest having some source of light. Headlamp, kind of important. It is really nice to have a headlamp when you need to go out and use the potty and go tinkle. Speaking of going tinkle, if you're at a campsite, this is awkward, but we're gonna have this conversation. Everybody poops. Let's keep going from there. When you're at a campsite and they don't have a outhouse that you can go to, you're gonna want to bring a handy dandy poo shovel. It digs poo holes if I don't have a place to poo. I go backpacking, so there's a lot of times where I don't have a place to go. I dig myself what's called a cat hole. So having a cat hole digger is kind of nice if you're at a motorcycle rally that has a backed up line. I don't know. Let's not go there. Another thing that I really, really, really like to have with me, this is a solar charger. Keep it usually on a part of my bag that can get some sun. And if we're hanging out at the campsite, I'll put it in a place that can grab some sun, because I have a lot of devices. You're not close to the city where you can find a place to charge your phone, so having a solar panel charger it's on point. It's really, really helpful. Reduces some stress. It's really good to have. I'm pretty sure you can find a handful on Amazon that won't cost you an arm and a leg. That's my whole thing here. I don't want you to have to pay a bunch of money. Budget friendly here. Next thing I would suggest for folks going way out backwoods camping, where you would need your cat hole digger, I would suggest also getting a fuel bottle and just keeping that on your pack as well. This has come in handy already, and I didn't get it too long ago. You and whoever comes with you, just everybody bring a bottle per bike and you should be good. Another thing that, if you forget this, you're gonna hate yourself, and we've all been there. So get some bug spray. It's so simple to forget, and you'll hate yourself. I wanted to talk about my cargo net. That baby attaches my full backpack to my sissy bar. Before I had my sissy bar, I didn't need this. I just had my back to put my backpack on, and I just wore it and rode, and I was good. But now that I have a sissy bar, this little sucker, she attaches my backpack onto my sissy bar. Then I'm ready to rock. All right, second to last item. Almost getting to the last and most important item. We're almost there, folks. This is something that I built myself. Everybody is different. You can build your own different kind. I have like my own little survival kit. I know this kind of sounds like goofy, but I want to have items that make sure that I can start my fire if my stove and fuel run out. I want to have items that make sure I can fish if I'm near a pond and I don't have any food sources. So there's a few different things that I have in this. Lighter, need that. I have a fire starting stick because I'm lazy. They're called chlorine tablets. I have a bunch of paracord. Paracord is a lifesaver if you are a hammocker. It just comes in handy every time I'm camping. Fire starter, this is flint and steel. I suck at it. I've like destroyed this over time. I'm not very good at it, hence the lighter and fire starter. This is it's really hard to see, but I'll try and show you. This is my tiny handheld fishing kit. Like this is like oh my goodness, I'm gonna die if I don't eat some fish with my fingers type situation. There are plenty of hooks in there, plenty of line. Maybe you'll catch something. Some foil, cook on your stove or your fire if you don't have a stove. And the very, very last item that I have, it's pretty fun. The Trekmate emergency blanket in case, this fell down a mountain and you still have your survival kit. And then I really like this. Holds my phone, holds different items, holds all my survival gear. The most important thing about this that I really like is it's waterproof. It definitely makes sure that all my survival gear stays nice and dry. And we're finally on to the last and final, most important item. I know this might seem like really common sense, and I don't know if you've guessed it yet. It's not on this table. I don't know. Look at the table. What's missing from here? You're just going out with your backpack for a little bit in the woods. This is hands down the most important thing to bring with you no matter what. And it seems silly and it seems obvious. A medical kit of some sort of first aid. This one's a really simple one, but it has bandages, butterfly closures, tape, adhesive, different fabrics, gauze, ibuprofen, blister, burn, sting, alcohol swabs. It's just like an all-in-one little kit. Hands down, the number one most important item to bring with you when you're moto camping is a first aid kit. I was thinking about building a more motorcycle geared first aid kit that you would put in or on yourself while you're riding. If you're interested in that, comment down below and let me know. I definitely think that it would be a good video to go into more of motorcycle safety and what kind of first aid you would need to bring with you on your motorcycle just so you and your friends stay safe and so you're comfortable. All right, guys, I think that's everything. I hope that you like the different gear that I have. I know, don't hate. This is a very, very sparse little list of things, but seriously, I promise you, this is all I take with me. You don't really need many items. I promise you, you'll be fine as long as you bring a first aid kit, something for shelter, something for water, and something for food, and some beer. You'll be good. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around and watching me go through all my moto camping gear with you. I definitely think you can start moto camping immediately. Just get a few items to make sure you're safe. Another thing that I wanted to discuss real quick with you guys before I say goodbye is I wanted to talk about something called LNT principles. What is she talking about? What is that? What does that mean? It stands for leave no trace. Try your very best when you go to a campsite. Usually they're not as cleanly as you want them to be. Leave it better than you found it. Seriously, pick up around yourself. Make sure that you don't leave anything behind. Leave no trace. Make sure that you are not dirtying up nature as you enjoy it, because we want to leave it for our future generations to enjoy. So let's not trash the place. That pretty much wraps it up. What more can I say? Thanks for sticking around. Really, please subscribe, like, comment below. What kind of camper are you? Are you using tents? Have you been backpacking before? Tell me about it. Are you using hammocks like me? I love my hammock life. Also, guys, don't forget, most important, hands down thing to bring a first aid kit with you, always. Please bring a first aid kit for your safety. Once again, thanks so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you next time. See you on the next video. Ride safe out there, everybody. Bye.